Hello friends, myself Professor Parth Thakkar, and in our today's session we are going to learn how to solve numerical which is based on conduction through cylinder. In our previous session we have learned a derivation of conduction through cylinder, in which we have learned that whenever there is a conduction within the cylinder, whenever heat going to transfer within the cylinder in radially outward direction, there would be a resistance offered by the cylindrical material, which can be easily calculated by using this equation ln R2 by R1 upon 2 pi KL. Here R2 and R1 are, R2 is a radius up to which heat transfer is going to take place, and R1 is a radius from which heat transfer starts. K is a conductivity of our cylindrical material and L is the total length of our cylinder. So this is the only equation which we required during solution of conduction through a cylinder numerical. So let's start with the first numerical. A hot gas at 330 degrees Celsius with convection coefficient 222 watt per meter square Kelvin is following through a steel tube of outside diameter 8 centimeter. So here it's a steel tube, so which is our cylinder, whose outside diameter is 8 centimeter and thickness is 1.3 centimeter. So here there is a steel tube which is clearly seen in this figure, whose outside diameter is 8 centimeter. So let's take R2. R2 is outside diameter, so R2 is outside radius, so R2 would be 4 centimeter, which is 0.04 meter. This thickness is given, this thickness is 1.3 centimeter. So if we need to find out value of R1, then we need to calculate R1 by R1 is equal to R2 minus this thickness. So R1 would be 4 minus thickness is 1.3, so it would be 2.7 centimeter, so that's 0.027 meter. It is covered with insulating material of thickness 2 centimeter. Here we can see there is one more insulation to this cylinder, to this steel tube. So to find out value of R3, we need to add value of that thickness in the value of R2. So R3 would be 4 plus 2, so that's 6 centimeter, so that's 0.06 meter. And conductivity of that insulating material is given as 0.2 watt per meter Kelvin. So conductivity of that insulating material Ki is 0.2. The outer surface insulation is exposed to a ambient air. So the outer layer is ambient air, which is at 25 degrees Celsius. So let's take that temperature as TO. So our TO is 25 degrees Celsius, and inside this tube a hot gases are flowing. So let's take temperature of that hot gases as a Ti, which is 330 degrees Celsius. So Ti as a 330 degrees Celsius. The inside surface of tube, let's take temperature of inside surface as T1, outside surface as T2, and the outside surface of insulating layer as a T3. So here we know that heat will flow from higher temperature to the lower temperature, so that from Ti to TO, because Ti is 330 degrees Celsius and TO is 25 degrees Celsius. What we need to find out is heat losses to air from 5 meter long tube. So the length of the cylinder is also given. So we know that from Ti to TO, first there would be a convection resistance, because from gas to the inside surface of the cylinder a heat transfer takes place by convection mode. So our first resistance is convective resistance, which is 1 upon Hi into Ai. The value of Hi is already given in question. The inside surface area would be 2 pi R1 into L. Okay, so we know the value of R1 and L, so by putting all this value we can calculate convective resistance, which is Ri. Now from this R1 to R2 there would be a conduction, so conductive resistance let's take as R1, and the equation for the conductive resistance whenever heat transfer from the cylinder taken as ln R2 by R1 upon 2 pi KL. So the conductivity of steel, which is also given in question as a 50 watt per meter Kelvin. So we know the value of R2, R1, K and L. So by putting all this value we can calculate conductive resistance of this steel, which is R1. Now from this R2 to R3 heat will flow again through insulation by conduction mode. So there would be a conductive resistance. Let's take as a let's take as R2. So equation would be ln R3 by R2. We have to take R3 by R2 because the heat will flow up to R3 from R2. So R3 by R2 upon 2 pi K conductivity of insulation into L. We know the value of R2, R3, Ki and L. So by putting all this value, we can easily find out value of R2. Now from this surface of the insulation to the ambient air, there would be a heat transfer by convection mode. So there would be a convective resistance. Let's denote it as Rho, which would be 1 upon HOA into AO. Value of HO is already given in question. The surface area of outside this insulation will be 2 pi R3 into L, the length of cylinder. So all the values of R3, L and HO is already given in question. So from that we can easily calculate Rho. So these four resistance are between Ti and To. So to calculate value of Q, we know the standard equation that Q is equal to Ti minus To upon all the resistance between Ti and To, so that summation R. So by putting value of Ti and To and summation R, we can easily calculate heat transfer rate Q, which would be 3860 watt. Now we know that to find out the temperature drop, so for the temperature drop between Ti and T1, the hot gases and the inner surface of our steel tube, we need to take only resistance between Ti and T1, which would be convective resistance as Ri. So if we put Q is equal to Ti minus T1, we need to take only Ri. So this Ti minus T1 is a temperature drop between gas and the inner surface. So let's denote as a delta Tg. So Q into Ri, we know the value of Q and Ri. So we can find out temperature drop at the between gas and the inner surface, which would be 20.49 degrees Celsius. Now between inner surface to the outer surface of the cylinder, so it would be between T1 and T2. So between T1 to T2, there would be only one resistance, which is R1. So if I write T1 minus T2, there would be only R1. So it is a temperature drop within the steel tube. So let's denote as a delta Ts. Q, it would be Q into R1. Value of Q and R1 is known to us, so we can find out delta Ts. Now between T2 and T3, it's an insulating material, so there would be only one resistance between T2 and T3, which is R2. So when I put T2 minus T3, there would be R2, only R2. And between T2 and T3, there is a insulating material, so let's denote it as a delta Ti, which is Q into R2. We know the value of Q and R2, so delta Ti would be 249.20 degrees Celsius. Now as we can see that there is a very high value of delta Ti because it's an insulating material, so there is a very large temperature drop by that insulating material. Now between T3 and To, there would be only one resistance, which is convective resistance, outer convective resistance, which is Ro. So when I write down Q is equal to T3 minus To, there would be only R3. So, and this is a resistance, this is the temperature drop between insulating material and ambient air. So let's denote it by delta Ta. So the value of delta Ta would be 37.24. So this is all the value of temperature drops. Let's moving to another question. A 240 mm diameter steam pipe. So this is our pipe, so that the cylinder 210 meter long is covered with 50 mm of high temperature insulation of thermal conductivity of 0.092 watt per meter degree Celsius and 40 mm of low temperature insulation of thermal conductivity 0.062 watt per meter degree Celsius. So here there are two layers of insulation. First layer thickness of 50 mm and second layer thickness of 40 mm. So here this is our steam pipe. On this steam pipe there would be first insulation of thickness of 50 mm and another layer of insulation of 40 mm thickness. So here our R1, which is the radius, so diameter divided by 2, which is 122 mm. To calculate R2, we need to add thickness of first insulation in R1, so that 120 plus 50, so it would be 170 mm. To calculate value of R3, again we need to add 40 mm of thickness, so that this thickness into R2, so R3 would be 170 plus 40, so that 210 mm. In meter it's 0.21 meter. So this first layer is high temperature, high conductivity insulation. So let's take that layer as a A. This is a low conductivity insulation. Let's take that layer as a B. Both insulations conductivity is already given in question. So Ka and Kb is known to us. Temperature are maintained at 390 and 40 degrees Celsius. So the temperature of inner surface and outer surface. So let's take this inner surface temperature as T1, the intermediate interface temperature of two insulating layer as T2, and the outer surface as T3. So T1 and T3 is known to us, which is 390 and 40 degrees Celsius. So this is the given data. Now let's see what we need to find out. First, we need to find out the heat loss per hour. Heat loss per hour. So we know our standard equation as Q is equal to T1 to T, because we know that T1 is higher, so heat will flow from T1 to T3. So between this T1 to T3, there would be two resistance. First, conduction resistance for the first insulating material, and again there is a conduction resistance for the second insulating material. So between Ti minus T3, there would be a two conductive resistance R1 and R2. We know whenever heat, we know the resistance equation for the cylinder is ln R2 by R1 upon 2 pi KAL, and for this second outer layer the resistance would be ln R3 by R2 upon 2 pi KB into L. Putting this value of R1 and R2 in this equation, we would get this kind of equation. Now in this equation we know 2 pi L and L is a common term, so let's take as 2 pi L T1 minus T3, R2, R1, R3 by R2. We know the value of R1, R2, R3, L, T1 and T3. So by putting all this value, we can easily find out value of heat transfer rate. But this heat transfer rate Q is in watt? It is in joule per second, but we need answer in per hour. So to convert this, we need answer. So let's here we need answer in the total heat loss per hour. So to convert this joule per second in hour, first we need to convert this in kilojoule. So to convert it from joule to kilojoule, we have to divide this by 1000, and to convert from second to hour, we need to multiply it by 3600. So this value joule per second now would convert into kilojoule per hour. So this is our answer of first question. Second, we need to find out heat loss per meter square of pipe surface. It's per meter square, so we need to divide it by area for inside surface. So for inside surface, we have to divide this value by inside area. So inside surface area would be 2 pi R1 into L. We know the value of R1 and L. Third thing is total heat loss per meter square of the outer surface. So for outer surface area, it would be 2 pi R3 into L. So it would be 834.03 kilojoule per hour. And the last thing is the temperature between interface of two layers. So we need to find out value of this T2, the temperature of interface. So to find out the value of T2, we can easily use our standard equation Q is equal to T1 minus T2, and between T1 and T2 there is only one conduction resistance, which is R1, and the value of R1 is ln R2 by R1 2 pi KAL. We know R2, R1, KAL, value of Q and value of T1. So only unknown in this equation is T2, which can be easily calculated by adding all the values, which would be 205.8 degrees Celsius. So that's it for today's lecture. This is how by using only two equations we can solve numerical which is based on conduction through a cylinder. Thank you so much.